1998 was a big year for stealth video games. Of course, Hideo Kojima brought us Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation 1, but Looking Glass also brought us Thief for the PC. Now, the graphics in this game are going to look very crude by today's standards, but at the time, it was very revolutionary. This was a game that really played well with light and shadow.
Now, 1998 was also a great year for me because it was when I got my first girlfriend.
Right.
But you're also neglecting...
Her name was Cynthia, right?
Cynthia, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Cynthia, if you're out there, please accept my Facebook request. But it was also a big year for Tenchu. I guess this was something new that we could articulate in the video game world. We could make a game where you actually had to slow down, you had to observe guards, you had to explore the environment. You had to not rush into every situation headlong the way that you did in every other previous game before this.
Yeah, and I also think that Thief, really resonated because a lot of the tools and the things that you could pull off with this game really didn't rely on modern technology. There was nothing really sci-fi about it. There was a little bit of supernatural to some of the abilities that you had.
Steampunky.
Little steampunky for sure. You had electricity arrows and things like that, but pretty much you're talking about medieval questing and not being caught by these well-armed guards. You never really wanted to get into fights, and the voice acting and the storytelling were just so elaborate and so steeped in a literate sensibility.
Well, the big difference between the other games that we've talked about so far, Metal Gear Solid and Tenchu, is this was a first-person shooter. As Harvey Smith realized when he made Dishonored, I think he really perfected that first-person perspective in the stealth realm. But this game was the first one to kind of take big steps towards that goal of doing something different. Up to this point, we had first-person shooters like Wolfenstein and like Doom, where we're playing in the first-person perspective, where all we saw was sort of our penis gun or sword out in front of us. And this game was really telling us to just not run and shoot everything in the face.
You had to be inventive, you had to outwit the AI as best you could, and it was a very steep learning curve on this game as well. The initial stages are fairly routine and easy, but it escalates very quickly, and suddenly you're facing off against some really powerful bad guys.
That shot was meant for me.
There was also a great PC sequel, and Thief also made its way to the console. We've got a review of that, a classic one, right now. We're going to be talking now about Thief Deadly Shadows. This is available for the PC and also for the Xbox. It's from Eidos. What did you think of this one?
Before there was Splinter Cell, there was Thief. This is really one of the first games that encouraged sneaking around, before Metal Gear Solid as well. The problem is that now that games like Metal Gear Solid and Splinter Cell have come out, it doesn't quite get up to that level.
When I popped in Thief, especially on the Xbox, it's really difficult not to compare that game to this one, and I've been more impressed by the stuff that I've seen in Splinter Cell.
You do get that sense of, you're really sneaking around and being bad. You know, you are a thief, you're going up and you're stealing people's stuff.
That being said, though, this really isn't an action game. If you're thinking you could just run through and start beating up on all the guards and stuff that you see, you can't. You're gonna get killed really quickly. There is a little bit of a fantasy element to all of this.
Why is there night vision?
It's telescopic night vision, which is very kind of strange.
I don't get that.
I don't think this Thief game is as good as the previous Thief games, Deus Ex, or other stealth games like Splinter Cell. 7.5 out of 10.
Exactly what I give it, 7.5.
Nice to see some old familiar faces there.
Yes.
Always with these games, more cerebral than visceral, and I really like that about this series. In fact, I'm really excited about the new game. Yeah,
Eidos Montreal has got Thief coming back again in 2014. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it lives up to the vaunted pedigree and is as good as what they did with Deus Ex Human Revolution. But congratulations, Thief and the Thief series, who are number 97 of the top 100 best games of all time.